Previously on Town Hall 10 Free to Play, we used a book of building to upgrade the spell factory. Today, with miners about to finish, what's next in the lab upgrade order? Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 6 of the Town Hall 10 Free to Play series. Today, we're going to get into that initial priority list for the laboratory. Now, we're episode 6. It's been about a week and a half since we went to Town Hall 10, and I'm just now doing this. I don't really necessarily believe in them. That's why I'm just now making it, because I play differently than you, and you might have a completely different priority list than what I might have. So it's really hard to set a standard for something that has such an opinionated and broadband list like the laboratory. So when we first initially went to Town Hall 10, we upgraded our laboratory first, and then we upgraded our barracks. We unlocked one barracks that could train the miners. So we unlocked the miners, and then we put them down for level 2. Now you'll see that our laboratory is currently under a 2-hour boost because of those spells that we got from our clan games, and we're going to let them finish up in the next 23 hours. So we're about right there, but what's next? That's the question. What is next? Okay, so the one thing about the laboratory that sucks the most is that there is such a lengthy time period for each item to upgrade. There's 5 days, there's 7 days, there's some items in here that have 10 days to fully max out for Town Hall 10. So I'm going to focus on an army that is more farming, that can be related into clan war if we need to do any clan wars. Now, I play differently than you do, so obviously I do a whole lot more farming for the series and the base development, and then I try to do some clan war for some instructional stuff as well as some additional loot here and there. So we are going to be upgrading our miners from level 2 to level 3 immediately after these are finished. So obviously I need to gain the elixir to do that. Even though we have a ton of dark elixir there, I'm reserving the dark elixir for my heroes. We want to get our heroes to level 40 as quickly as possible, or as fast as the game will allow us to do it. So you'll notice that we are maxed out on dark elixir, and I will be putting down the Barb King in this episode since the Queen will be coming back up in 13 hours. She's going to level 27, and we're going to put that King down to level 25. All right, so since we are focusing on a miner army, the next item in the priority list will be the heal spell. Now, here's the thing with the heal spell. If you don't have a hammer of spells or a book of spells, you're going to have to wait 10 days. But this spell plays a very good synchronization with the miners. They go hand in hand, basically. If you have miners, you're going to want to have heal spells to go with that army. So we're going to want to get to level 7, and I just so happen to have pulled a book of spells from the clan games to upgrade that right there. You'll see that book of spells that we can use for that upgrade. So that will be number 2 in our list. Now you're going to notice that right off the bat is already exactly 6 days worth of stuff, plus having to steal the elixir to put those items down. So you're talking about another week right there in itself. That's 1 full week of waiting. And then the next item in our upgrade priority list is going to be barbarians and archers. So the reason behind barbarians and archers is, 1, the Barch army is really good for stealing gold and elixir really fast, and I can use that to upgrade my walls as quickly as possible, or as quickly as I can put in. That's a lot of work to do these wall pieces, but with that army leveled up to level 7 apiece, you will notice that we will have a different additional levels. And then they also play a role with the Barbarian King and the Archer Queen. If you are unaware of this, the spawn units from the Barbarian King and the Archer Queen do go up to the level that's currently in your laboratory. So if I use the King's ability right now, the King will spawn level 6 barbarians and level 6 archers. Now, with upgrading those, then they will start spawning level 7s and level 7s for respective each of those heroes. So that is another item that we're going to be upgrading next, and those both are 5 days apiece. So that's 10 days worth of upgrading. That's only 4 items, and we're already talking 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So that is going to be 2 weeks of time spent on those 4 items. Now, to follow that up, I'm going to want to start working my way into some of the clan war armies. And right now, currently, the most popular type armies in clan war for Town Hall 10 are the miners and the P.E.K.K.A. Hog Rider armies. So I'm going to be focusing and targeting the P.E.K.K.A. next after the barbarians and archers are done. Maybe after the goblins. We might do goblins, but I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to be targeting the P.E.K.K.A. next, and she goes up 2 levels. So you got 7 days for level 5 and 8 days for level 6. So that's exactly another 2 weeks right there on just the P.E.K.K.A. alone. So we got a lengthy time frame, and we're already talking about 30 days on just these upgrades alone. And to back up the P.E.K.K.A.s, I will be upgrading the Hog Riders. Even though I am designating the Dark Elixir towards my heroes, I'm going to put the Hog Riders down next to level 6 so I can use them in Clan War. And that is exactly about 39 days worth of laboratory upgrades. And that's where I'm going to leave this upgrade order, guys. That's where I'm going to stop for right now. We might reassess this in a few weeks if you do follow the series. The series is more designated towards daily gameplay and showing you lessons learned along the way by my mistakes, and that way you can learn from my mistakes. Alrighty then, so enough of the upgrade priority. Obviously, if you play differently, you like to use air stuff, you might want to target your lava hounds first or target the bowlers. It's really up to you and a personal preference. It's nothing set in stone. It's all not standardized. You can always play differently. It's just some options that I'm going to show you and what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and try to do some raid. We need to get some gold real quick. That way we can do some more wall pieces and then put that Barbarian King down. So we're going to target this nice, very much alive base. This base is actually very much alive. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to drop some wizards back behind. Let's use that Barb King right there. And we're going to target this compartment right here. Now, I am bringing a wall wrecker. You don't necessarily need wall wreckers to do any farming, but I like to have a little bit of fun and have some options. It's always nice to have some options. So let's go ahead and drop some goblins over here to do a little bit of funneling. Let's go ahead and, well, no, we don't need to do that just yet. We can hold on to that freeze spell for the core. Actually, now we need to use it because we need to get that wall wrecker into the base, and we're going to bring some bolas and have a little bit of fun. Let's drop a heal spell in the core. And where did my king go? So the king's up there tanking a little bit. Bowlers are in the core. Let's go ahead and drop a jump spell over here. Maybe our bowlers might survive. They might not. We never know. And we're going to need to use that king's ability. Let's go ahead and drop some wall breakers over here and send some goblins in to grab that elixir. Maybe they're going after the clan castle. Let's drop some goblins over here. And we got to freeze that for a second. Let's go ahead and freeze that Inferno Tower. Let the goblins work. And we got one more heal spell remaining. So one of the best things about upgrading our spell factory is the fact that we unlocked a new slot and we can bring more heal spells. So we got to get our goblins, maybe get the goblins to go inside the base. Maybe they're going to go after, what are they targeting here? What are they going after? What are you guys doing? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So we got this location here. Let's try to grab this, this elixir here, but we might not be successful with that multi-target Inferno Tower. Level 6 goblins, they were successful. Nice little pool here, but we were unable to get all of it. And now we have enough gold to hurt my heart. Watch this. So, well, nice little pool there on the elixir. Almost 700,000 elixir there. Okay, so we got 8.2 million gold. So watch this. I'm going to... Oh, watch this. Oh, whammy. Oh, but they're so incredibly pretty. Woo-wee, that was a major hit on the heart. I had to take a moment after that one. I'm not even joking to you. It's not that big of a deal, though. If you play as much as I do, I play a lot for the series, obviously, so I farm quite a bit. We got 300,000 gold left over, but you'll notice that the attack log today has actually been quite rewarding. We've been doing a little bit of boosting today. That's where my gems are going. I'm using them for boosting the barracks and the laboratory, or the factory, I mean, and so we're keeping things generating. But check out this one right here, over 1 million elixir. I mean, we've been finding these things more and more. So I got an army retraining. Quickly, before we go out into the next raid, I want to point out our next upgrades. So currently we have, looks like 3 of the army camps finished. We have our builder back from that. And we have, looks like 1 more finishing up. So this camp, you can't really see the builder in there, but he's right there hanging out. We are currently upgrading our final army camp to achieve 240 housing space. And we did put a dark barracks down for upgrade to unlock our bowlers. So we know that there's 1 level available for upgrade on the bowlers. And maybe another question that might have arose during the, watching this video, you might have asked, like, why didn't you upgrade your goblins? Here's the thing about the goblins is that level 7s, we found out in like episode 3 that they are phenomenal, but they also take 7 more days to upgrade. So I kind of have to try to get some, war army stuff in there as well. You got to kind of diversify. And that's what makes the upgrade priority list for the laboratory so incredibly challenging. It's like, there's really no right or wrong answer to it, but you got to pick an army and just go with it and stick with that priority list if that's what you want to achieve. But we will be upgrading those guys in the upcoming future. It might not be for another month, though. We'll see how it plays out. And let's go ahead and check our army real quick. Looks like we do have an army, but before we go out, we're not going to waste any dark elixir. We want to make sure that we get rid of this 105 dark elixir, put the king down. That way it puts us back at 95, and when we do find the next base, if it does have dark elixir, we're not, wasting it. We can actually collect it. All right, this looks like a pretty suitable base to finish up this video on. We got over 700,000 gold in elixir and 6,000 dark elixir. My. So looks like we got king and queen in the core. We're going to go ahead and start out by dropping some goblins. We do have to worry about that mortar in there, but we're going to grab some of the gold from the outsides. Looks like we got some gold and elixir up at the top side of the base, but I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and start by dropping our giants to tank, right? And we're going to back it up with some of those wizards, and then we're going to drop our wall wrecker and a heal spell for our giants. So the wall wrecker is going to open up the base for our wall wrecker. Now we're going to hold on to those wall breakers for later on in the raid, just in case. So let's go ahead and drop a rage spell there. Let's freeze this queen for a moment. We don't want her targeting that wall wrecker. We want the wall wrecker to open up the core of this base, and the giants are going to deal with those wizard towers. So let's go ahead and drop a rage spell in the core for the bolas. Now, if you need attacks that don't have wall wreckers or clan castle troops, go back to episode 2 and 3. We did a lot of attacking at the beginning of this series without any clan castle troops. Now, I'm doing it now because I just want to have some fun and, show some different perspectives of these attack strategies. All right, so we're going to drop wall breakers here to open up the compartment for our goblins and come in. Let's go ahead and freeze. Maybe. No, we're going to hold on to that freeze spell for the wizard tower as the goblins come across the base. More than likely, looks like they're going to come across. And let's go ahead and freeze that guy right there. And the goblins are going to get roasted because we don't have more than one freeze spell. But it's not that big deal. Let's grab the rest of this gold. And we're going to finish up the video on that note. Now, we're not going to get that 1800 dark elixir that I left in that drill right there. Probably should have came in with the goblins on the other side. But it is what it is. We'll make up with it in the next raid. Not that big of a deal. So hopefully you were able to get something out of this video today. I know that was a little bit of a short upgrade priority for the laboratory, but that's about 30-some, 40-some days for you guys to keep you busy if you are following along with this series. And you'll start to see some of the results in the upcoming weeks as we get those miners unlocked and start using them. If you enjoyed the content today, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and if you need any additional video support, click one of those links over there, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.